Hello, I'm Andy McPherson, Campaigns Manager for Red Wings Horse Sanctuary and Coordinator of Strangles Awareness Week, a behaviour change campaign that runs first week of May to raise awareness of strangles and improve horse health through better biosecurity. In the next 5 minutes, I hope to encourage you to know your horse's healthy resting temperature. It's low cost, simple, and not just for sick horses. So a quick question for you. Could you spot fever in your horse? Well, in 2022, Strangles Awareness Week launched the TempCheckChallenge. And this year, in 2023, we hope to inspire a much bigger generation of equestrians to get to know their horse better. We've teamed up with Piggy March, who's helped us by creating a compelling how-to video, how to take temperatures safely for the first time with your horse. And the challenge itself calls on horse owners to take temperatures daily for 1 week, to enter them into our online temp checker, demoed here in the screen recording. Horse owners that enter at least 3 times will have the chance to win a behind-the-scenes yard tour with Piggy March. And at the very least, owners will get to know their healthy baseline temperature and gain confidence in their procedure. But why do all this? So for most of us, we've heard the old adage, know your horse is normal. But if you're like me, back in the days of mercury thermometers, unsympathetic horse handling, and low confidence in how and when to take temperature, you might have thought, I will when I need to. But this is too late in the case of infectious disease. And these days we have digital thermometers and better technology on the horizon, and plenty of guidance on how to take temperatures safely. Please share Piggy March's video. Despite knowing our horse's normal is important, many of us are missing a trick, and we only do so when our horse already seems unwell. In the case of fever caused by infectious disease, this is too late to prevent spread to other horses. Data collected from a representative sample of equestrians in 2021, presented here, shows that a further 20% don't ever think about it at all, and a worrying 1% do so on return from events, when horses have been missing with unknown horses. And we know that it's not just strangles that fever is the first sign of. Daily temperature checking, especially on return from events or when a new horse arrives to a yard, gives us a reliable insight into our horse's wellness and can raise awareness to an animal that might be fighting an infectious disease. Checking temperatures as part of our regular horse care routine might sound like a hassle, but with a little practice, we'll find that it only takes a minute, and it's one of the simplest things we can do to objectively manage our horse's well-being. And it's not just the average horse owner that is waking up to the simple but vital importance of temperature checking. Did you know that the lack of temperature checking was found to be a contributing factor to the speed and spread of the 2021 EHV1 outbreak in Valencia, an outbreak that saw the death of 18 horses? This led to the updating of bylaws on temperature checking from recommendation to requirement, and investing in temperature reporting systems, obligatory systems for the competition horses. And in the case of strangles, the UK's most diagnosed infectious disease, it is endemic to the UK, and 38.5 degrees, a temperature of 38.5 degrees and above was one of the most common signs of strangles in the study that analysed data for positive cases between 2015 and 2019. And when it comes to strangles, fever generally occurs before a horse becomes infectious to others. So for a yard manager or a horse owner on a yard, knowing that we're checking temperatures means that we have a golden window of opportunity if we can spot fever and put in place precautionary quarantine or measures to prevent spread. Fever is part of the horse's initial immune response to infection, but the most significant amount of Streptococcus equi bacteria are only released into the environment once lymph node abscesses burst, which is usually indicated by the production of copious amounts of nasal mucus and pus. This graph shows data from young horses with strangles. The bubble furthest to the left is one shows that one horse developed a temperature above 38.5 degrees 1 day after being exposed to the disease, but it took a further 3 days before lymph node abscesses fully formed. And the largest bubble shows that a total of 11 of the 108 horses here developed fever on the 4th day after becoming infected, and abscesses on the 8th day. All the bubbles are on the left of the red line, meaning they developed fever before abscesses formed. So the data is supporting the current knowledge about the disease. If we spot fever early, we can put precautionary measures in place and reduce spread of infection. So spotting fever really does make the difference between one horse infected or many. And at a time when the cost of keeping horses is rising and the impact of infectious disease outbreak can't be underestimated, this simple, low-cost biosecurity measure is perhaps the best value for money horse management task we have. So is it enough to know the healthy horse range? If we look at what Dr. Google says, and many others outlets also say the same, 37.2 to 38.5 is a healthy horse's normal resting temperature. Yet in the data submitted of over 300 temperatures from horse owners during Strangles Awareness Week in 2022, we saw very few horses inputted over 38 degrees. And this supports a 2019 study that challenges that accepted range and suggests that a 36 to 38 degree range may be more accurate. Nevertheless, it's more important that we know our horse's normal resting temperature to be able to pick up a sudden rise. Take a look at this invented chart of two different horses. Yours is blue and mine is yellow. You can see that each horse has their own healthy resting temperature and they're naturally fluctuating by a fraction of a degree. Remember to watch videos and to take accurate temperatures using these guidance that's available. Because you know your temperature fluctuates by a fraction of a degree, you're able to spot an abnormality that occurs on Sunday, despite the fact that it occurs within healthy range as far as Dr. Google is concerned. If we're able to spot an increase like this, we're able to put in precautions to prevent spread. So this year, we're making the TempCheck Challenge even bigger. We want to inspire a generation of equestrians to get to know their horse better. If you're an equine yard manager or an equestrian professional or influencer, please get in touch for your free Strangles Awareness Week engagement pack. In summary, make temperature checking a routine, especially after returning from events and when a new horse arrives to a yard. Know your horse's resting temperature to be able to spot fever and prevent spread. Take the Temperature Check Challenge this May and get to know your horse's normal. And if you have a horsey network, sign up to our big thermometer giveaway for your free engagement pack. Thank you. While we ride out these difficult economic times, we're all looking for those horsekeeping hacks that can save us money and time where possible. Temperature checking really is something we all have in our armoury and can make a huge difference. Thank you.